Hey guys, welcome to Atari Series 7. Today I'm reviewing this, which is the Scooby-Doo, Velma, and Space Kook. So really cool, really blessed to pick this up. And the Scooby-Doo line was released in 2018. It was kind of like a Toys R Us exclusive. It never got availability outside of that. Unfortunately, at my stores, it started showing up like as soon as Toys R Us was ending. So, it never really made it that far, and it never got a wide release. It showed up at Kohl's, which is where I picked this up, and Barnes & Noble, but just finding it was a little bit of a hassle because it didn't get a wide release as some of the other lines. And when it did show up, it didn't always show up in high quantity, as you can see from the limited quantity sticker. But Michael's actually put these on sale for $3, so I thought, hey, why not pick them up? And yeah, we got the Scooby-Doo logo, you got the accessories and the characters, Imaginext, and then on the back you have the other stuff released. And let's open this up. So, starting off with Velma, here we have her, and I think they did a really, really good job with Velma. I'm not going to lie. I think out of all of these characters, Velma, of the human characters, looks the closest to the show. I just think she looks the best out of all of them. The glasses are painted really nicely. She has the blue lens. She's got her kind of frowny type face there, her little dots, and then the hair, and they've been painted nicely, and the hair looks good. And yeah, like I said, it just, in the face, it looks a lot like classic Velma. I think all of them look good, but I don't think they necessarily look that much like their classic counterparts, but I think Velma does. And then she has the turtleneck sweater, and it's mostly orange moving down. Weirdly enough, like Shaggy, she does not have wrist articulation, but she does have her red skirt there, and her socks, and then her shoes. And yeah, and in terms of articulation, her head does not rotate, but her arms does. They swing out the shoulder. Again, no wrist articulation, and then doesn't want to bend, but eventually did. Sometimes you kind of have to snap them a little bit to get them to bend. But yeah. Now moving on to the Space Kook, who is probably one of my favorite villains from the show. I love the look of this. I mean, it just looks awesome. It's always looked awesome. It's got a Mr. Freeze look to it. It's got the black that goes around it, the armor paneling, this giant globe, and then you can see its skull with the red eyes and mouth, and you can see, again, more of the armor plane. I love the black. This thing just looks awesome. This looks awesome, and they very much captured the original look of this from the show, and that's what I love about the Scooby-Doo line, because instead of trying to do modern Scooby-Doo stuff, it did classic Scooby-Doo stuff, and I think it did it very well. And yeah, and in terms of articulation, you got 360 of the arm, swing of the shoulder, 360 of the wrist, and then there's torso or the legs. I don't really know what this would be called because it's both legs moving at once, but we've seen it before with Imaginext. It's one of their most classic things, and yeah. Now, putting them to the side really quickly, let's take a look at the accessories. So for accessories of this, you get two. Most of these come with two. The first one is a magnifying glass for Velma, which I think could be pretty useful. I don't think we've ever gotten an Imaginext magnifying glass before. And I mainly collect the DC line, so I'm probably going to reuse a lot of these pieces. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got an orange handle there, and it's one of those really goofy looking magnifying glasses where it's super huge. Would have been cool if they had made it one of those effects where you kind of mirrorize it and make the head look bigger. I mean, it doesn't really do that. It kind of does that a little bit, but not really. I mean, that would have been cool. But yeah, and then also you get this accessory, which I really like, and this is Muddy Tracks, or kind of I don't know, slime or something. I think this is actually from the episode, but I'm not 100% sure, because I know a lot of these accessories are made to tie into the episode. I just honestly don't remember this episode as a kid. I mean, I remember it, but I don't remember all of it because it's been a really long time since I've seen it. But I think this could be really useful in other Imaginext settings too, at the superhero line. I don't know. It just kind of looks cool. It's feet prints, and you can kind of see the little indents where their holes would be in their feet. And it's a little bit bigger than what a typical Imaginext footprint is. I mean, realistically, you can't make them stand there unless you have it at the very end. But I think this is a really cool accessory, and I like this kind of evidence, kind of mystery set you get with these. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool, actually. And really quickly, here is a comparison with Shaggy. And as you can see kind of see what I was talking about with the faces. They look good, but I think Velma's definitely looks way more like the show. And then here's Scooby also in there. And overall, I think they did a pretty good job with this. Again, like I was saying with Imaginext, it's really a shame that this line did not have a wider release, because they did a really good job with it. I do think they've lost the rights to it since Basic Fun took over, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Because otherwise, it's a little weird that we haven't seen any for the Scoop movie yet. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please rate, like, and subscribe.